show has become all about death. But hey, death is part of life. Circle of life. You're born, you live, you grow, and then you get old, and then you die. It's part of the law of nature. Stars are born, they get old, and they also die. And then on and on and on. But sometimes I do think that there is this duality in which we face good and then we face evil and badness, corruption, and destruction, darkness, etc. And the gay community, we need to understand that logic in order to understand things like bullying. You see, if we are to understand bullying correctly, we will say bullying is wrong because it is contrary to creative forces of creativity, education, prosperity, and growth. Correct or incorrect? You think about it, you answer yourself. But I think that bullying, yes, it's counterintuitive to a learning environment. So when we do the bullying ourselves, we should be aware of that. And that's all I'm saying. So when I point out Dan Savage and his bullying, it's because I'm following that logic. Because I think that bullying is bad. Bullying against innocent people that have nothing to do with whatever beef you have. I mean, that's pretty clear and simple to understand. I hope so. Now, there is this news article concerning the bullying of the teenager, Jamey Rodemeyer, who killed himself a couple of weeks ago. And Lady Gaga was all over the news, by the way. Did you notice that? That a 14-year-old boy took his own life, and all of a sudden, Lady Gaga is in the news. Lady Gaga is in the news! Explain that to me. But of course, her exploitative nature is not that unexpected. It's just me saying it, of course. I do feel sorry for the Rodemeyer family. Because in the end, I think Jamey Rodemeyer was selfish. Now he left a whole community in pain. Well, some of us who are sympathetic, like me, like you, like most normal gay people. And of course, there are some of us who are not normal, who are egomaniacs, like Lady Gaga, who use this tragedy for their own advantage, or for their own campaigns, like It Gets Better campaign. And then they shove this all over our face, saying that you should also do a It Gets Better video if you are a sports team, if you are a celebrity, etc., etc., venerating their celebrity status because they're kings, because they are above you. Even though they... Isn't it kind of funny, though? They give this credulity, this celebrity status, this posterization to these people, this godlike worship to these celebrities. And they talk about equality, but yet they totally give these people unequal time. I don't know, that's just me. Oh no, but Lady Gaga, she is our Pope, supposedly. Right? That's what Obama said at the Obama rights campaign. I mean, the human rights campaign. That's what he said. I was in a summit meeting with your leader, Lady Gaga. Oh, God. This guy is a total setup for failure. Let me just say that. So here we have a news article that is telling us what is going on with this incident that happened to this 14-year-old boy. And according to the article, there's only been one incident reported of bullying. So far, the cops have not been able to find any evidence, documented evidence, but there is evidence that he was bullied. There's testimony, there are eyewitness reports. And the cops have stated that there's only one documented incident of bullying against this 14-year-old boy that happened a few years ago. Okay? And yeah, it's a tough situation. It's not easy being a gay teen because on one end you have all the bullies. But you see, it shouldn't be that hard. Because bullies are only as powerful as much as you give them power. You see, if you don't give them the power of fear, because that's what bullies, that's what they feed off. They feed off your fear of them. You know, these bullies are vampires. And of course, they're very insecure and all that, and of course, if you fight back, the bullies tend to not bother you again. I hope you know that. I did have bullies in my past. I did fight back. I remember many times I fought back, and many times I got in trouble for fighting back. Oh yes, I got suspended twice in high school for fighting back. But guess what? Those bullies never bothered me again. But that was just me, of course. That's the independent Jose Soto who asserts his masculinity. That's homophobic. You can't do that, Jose. You have to be campy. and wear your glitter rainbow and wear your Lady Gaga shirts and see, the only reason why, and I don't want to sound like I'm blaming gay people, but I'm not. It's just that we haven't noticed a factor that would contribute to this problem. And that is that we show our weakness, physical weakness, and psychological weakness to these bullies, and that's why they target gay people. But you see, if we really cared about our gay teens, we would focus on that also. We will say, hey, instead of just posting these cliche, meaningless videos, it gets better, why don't you just teach kids how to defend themselves? Defend yourself, defend your body, defend your dignity, defend your, demand respect from your colleagues. Don't let people walk all over you. Who are these people, by the way? You see, if I were to start my own video campaign, it will probably be not "it gets better" because that's just cliche. I mean, what does that mean? It gets better? How? It doesn't answer any question. It doesn't provide a solution. It's just a vague, cliche statement. It can mean anything. It gets better. Okay, when? How? You can answer that, Mr. Dan Savage, because you are a sex columnist. Ah, yes. If I need advice on how to masturbate or how to have anal sex, I will probably write. No, I probably won't, but some people will. But how can a sex columnist advise gay teens who are vulnerable to bullying? I'm not quite sure. Oh, he's been bullied himself too. Well, yes, I've been bullied too. We've all been bullied. But Dan Savage is special. The other factor about this suicide is that we shouldn't be glorifying this. I keep saying this. Gay teens, for the most part, are very stable people. For the most part, I wouldn't just focus on teenagers. By the way, there was 2 suicides last week, not a peep from the gay media. There was one suicide by a teenager. And North Las Vegas, I think it was, or in that area. I forgot the name of the town, but you can Google it. And it was in Nevada. Teen bullying, and this teen committed suicide. And I think he was not gay, but he was taunted for being gay, or I don't know what it was, why he was being taunted. But of course, since this kid was probably not gay, and he was not a Lady Gaga fan, he wasn't part of the clique. He wasn't a drone like Jamey Rodemeyer. And I don't mean to defame Jamey Rodemeyer. I respect him, and I hope he rests in peace. But many teens are brainwashed, and he was no exception. And he was manipulated into this corporate oppression by the music industry and by all these corporate heads that want to tell us what is cool, what is hip, what is hot. Lady Gaga is hot for gay people. So, but see, this other teenager that killed himself for being bullied the same way. No one talked about him. I did. And nobody knows his name. Nobody cares about him. Okay. Well, now here's this other suicide that happened 2 weeks ago at the same time that this other suicide happened. We had a Mormon who killed himself for being excommunicated, but he was in his 40s, I guess it was. He has kids, and he had a wife. But then, of course, he finally came out. He couldn't handle this anymore. But then his wife, his family, his church, they all left him, and he was basically in peril. And he, killed himself. Nobody talked about it except a couple of outlets, and it was also posted on the gayreport.net, and that was it. That was it. Nobody talked about it. Oh, because, yes, Jose, he's a Mormon, and of course he's in his 40s. Ugh, he's old. Anyways, he should have died already. Yes. You see, we're fixated on these teeny boppers who worship Lady Gaga, and it's getting really sickening. Okay? Now, I feel sorry for the family, and I do know that there are a lot of decent gay teens who are not drones, who are not Lady Gaga airheads, and we should instead look up to them and help them. There are going to be those who won't make it. It's just life. That's how it is. I'm sorry. But Jamey Rodemeyer did the most selfish thing, and that was to kill himself. There's no reason to kill yourself, by the way. I mean, there isn't. Yes, people are bullying you. So what? I get bullied too. I get bullied to this very day by gay liberals and these right-wingers, and I get bullied. Do I kill myself? No, because it's not rational. It's irrational. It's a solution that has no solution. I mean, it's not really a solution. I mean, you're killing yourself. A solution has a tangible answer or a post-event that actually rectifies your situation, that makes you feel better. If you're bullied, then there has to be a solution for you to not be bullied. But killing yourself is not the proper solution. But yet, we glorify these teens who kill themselves as martyrs. They're not martyrs. They are little teenagers that made the wrong mistake, which was to kill themselves. And it's a selfish act. Don't forget about that. I'm just trying to remind you. The way that we're heading about this to glorify suicide, I'm not liking it. Okay? And neither should you.